Hey guys, so we'd like to invite you guys to consider coming back to South Africa for the next ISYM, which is due to be held then in 2026 after this one in Manchester. The last time the ISYM was in South Africa was in 2011. In fact, that was a few weeks just after I was appointed at the University of Stellenbosch, to which we are inviting you guys to. And so we were in Pretoria under the leadership of Professor Milan now. And in conversation with many of you, when I speak about South Africa, you definitely remember being in Pretoria, also visiting a few museums, of which the Voortrekker Museum was one and the Apartheid Museum was another. But also, this was the year I got my teeth cut really in getting to know a few of you guys. And so that's been a long time ago. I've grown so much in that time. And so there's so much more to explore in our country. And so this time round, we would like to invite you to consider hosting or coming to visit us. And we'd love to host you at the University of Stellenbosch in Stellenbosch, South Africa. And so you'll see we down here um, in Cape Town. So being in Stellenbosch will also then expose you to the sights and scenes of Cape Town, South Africa. Uh, so we would love to see you join us over here. Um, I've also put out a clip there, and so I'm not going to speak to this, but I'm going to ask that the team please play this clip as to why we believe that Stellenbosch University would be a perfect destination to host our next ISYM conference. Those of you who've been here for conferences, shout out there on our behalf so that you represent your experiences of being here recently. Yes, so at the Faculty of Theology, one of our own actually, Professor Reggie Nell is sitting there with you. He's the dean of our faculty here. And so he is also one of our older family members. In my opening address, I welcome those older colleagues who have led the way and paved the research passage for many endeavors in youth ministry. And from South Africa, Reggie Nell is one of those voices. He now serves as the dean, his second term as the dean of our faculty. And so I'm sure he will also be sharing with you why he believes that it's important for us to be hosting you guys for the 2026 annual meeting. This is just a short snippet of one of the many beautiful spaces in Stellenbosch that we'd like to welcome you to. This is our Faculty of Theology, a very old Dutch building. The Faculty of Theology actually is one of the oldest buildings in the university. To our left, which you can't see, we also boast one of the oldest trees in Stellenbosch. And so many tourists have come past these gates to take pictures, to explore this building, because it's actually somewhat of an historic site. Our faculty has been in existence for over 160 years, and so we have been teaching and growing theologians for such a long time. And so we'd like to invite you to come and explore what we offer, especially in terms of youth work at our faculty. But we also boast the fact that we are a very diverse faculty. Our staff, our faculty, and our students come from varying theological traditions, ecumenical church traditions, but also varying different backgrounds socioeconomically, racially, and also in terms of sexuality. And so we really want to welcome you to come and explore our side of the hood together. Other reasons why we believe our faculty and Stellenbosch would be a perfect place to host the International Association for the Study of Youth Ministry in 2026 is because you will be coming to an ecumenical faculty, one that is home to various faith traditions. At one point, we did a survey in our first year class of about 120, 115 students and found 29 different churches in that one class. And so we know as an international association, we also host, and our membership are from varying faith traditions. And so that's the first reason I'd like to encourage us to consider coming to this faculty. Our faculty is also one of the leading faculties of theology in Africa, if not the leading one. Now, I know I've got colleagues there from the University of Pretoria as well, so I'll say this tongue in cheek, but yeah, we are reputable as the leading faculty of theology on this continent. And so we have hosted and taught many students and colleagues on this continent as well. And we continue many endeavors, theological endeavors, with many theological institutions in Africa. Another reason why we welcome you to our faculty is because we at the moment offer undergrad and postgraduate studies in children and youth work. We have a Bachelor of Theology, which is specialized in youth work. And this is the only one of its kind on the continent and in South Africa. And so we'd like to really you to come and explore even what this looks like from our vantage point. As you see, time and place for youth ministry at this conference. We'd love you to come and explore what our context and what our young people are teaching us about the time and place and context for youth ministry in Stellenbosch, South Africa. We also have master's programs, postgrad diploma programs, and also a PhD program in children or youth ministry. We are also a faculty, one of the only faculties actually in South Africa who teach modules on child theology. And you are sitting in the UK, which boasts the hosting of the child theology movement under the leadership of Keith White. And so we are proud to say here in Stellenbosch, we even teach modules focused on child theology as well. Yes, there are a diversity of themes to explore in this growing youth ministry context in South Africa. And so we would want you to see this and experience this through our lens. You've engaged with many colleagues from South Africa over time. Many of us have been part of this association for a couple of years. Milan Nell, of course, you would remember, has started the charge of this association. But now we'd like to ask you to come and visit it and see from our context what we have been advocating for, writing about, and engaging with. Because we do believe that the West can come and learn quite a bit from our African colleagues and continent. And of course, the game changer and the seller has always been that the dollar and the euro have great fun here. And so it's been very interesting to hear when we've made some suggestions in the past about why we should have conferences in Africa or in South Africa, that many people from Europe and America say it's quite expensive. Well, guys, I don't think it's even closely expensive to what we get to pay when we come to your side of the world. So, as your president or outgoing president, I'd love to encourage you to consider us. Come and explore what's happening in South Africa, what's happening in Cape Town, South Africa, what's happening in Stellenbosch, South Africa, with regards to children and young people. I must add that children and young people create a youth bulge on this continent. And so there's much to learn from the children and young people on this continent, and more so from the University of Stellenbosch's vantage point. We welcome you. We look forward to engaging you. See you in 2026.